And welcome back to Food for Thought. I'm Deirdre Anderson, and this segment is going to be devoted to Francie Cook, our guest today. I'd like to plug first, though, there's an event this Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., for an organization that supports research for Parkinson's disease.
Michael J. Fox Foundation.
Michael J. Fox Foundation. It's going to be over at Dockside Restaurant, which is, what shopping center is that again? The Longhorn?
The Dockside Restaurant, it's not?
It is, but
okay.
They're behind the...
I mean, not Peddler's Village, the Liberty Village.
No.
All right, where are they? I don't know.
Okay.
Enlighten me as to their location.
Dockside, please. I believe they are where Walmart and the Longhorn
Oh, okay, they're in the whole new situation.
Yes, by the corner of Walter Ferran and Route 31.
Okay, awesome.
Anyway, a lot of the 15% of the proceeds go to the foundation, and it's this Thursday from 11 to 9, and I have some raffle items there as well. But back to Francie. So, Francie, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, typically a health coach helps people to lose weight or reduce stress, reduce cravings, increase their energy. And my approach is a little different. I do a holistic approach, which means I look at the whole picture. So I don't just take into account what a client eats, which is kind of their secondary food. I look at the primary food, which could be relationships, career, creativity, spirituality, and see where there's imbalance there. And then we work together to kind of reset that balance or reset the imbalance.
So you basically you start where they are emotionally, and then you look at what they're actually, where they are sort of emotionally and spiritually, and then you look at what they're actually eating, and you come up with modifications.
Well, yeah,
basically.
Exactly. And starting out where they're, where they are and where they want to be, where their health and wellness goals want to be. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's not just about the food. It's, lacking in other areas of their life, which once that's kind of resolved, the food is no longer an issue.
Well, do you find, and I have had experience with this too, in terms of overeating or eating the wrong things, if my life is going really well and I'm calm and I'm happy, I tend to be not that interested in food. I mean, it's like I'll forget to eat. Mm-hmm. Whereas when I'm stressed and things are not going right in my life, I tend to just nibble and grab the wrong stuff to eat.
Yeah,
is that what you find?
Yes, and it's comfort. I mean, it's comfort food.
You want to feel better.
It makes you feel better, and
right.
Food doesn't judge you. Food's
right.
not going to get mad at you.
Right.
It absolutely makes you feel better. It's just comfort to have that feeling.
Well, it makes you feel better until you
get sick.
Really guilty about what you just said.
Right.
Temporary fix. So, tell me about, because recently I've gone through some health issues myself, and I actually called you in desperation to help me give me ideas for sort of cleansing foods that cleanse. In terms of, I was dealing with like an allergic reaction. Mm-hmm. So foods that act as a natural antihistamine or a natural cleansing agent. Just off the top of your head, what do you remember?
Yeah, well, I suggested lemons. They're really good to stimulate your liver and help cleanse out toxins. Celery is another great choice. It's full of water and fiber. Not many people know that celery is good for you. And a little tip on celery, that if you drink red wine and eat celery, you don't get the gray teeth.
Oh, really?
Yes, I just found that out.
So if you're sipping red wine and you're nibbling on some celery, you won't get the gross gray teeth that are so
the Greystoke,
hideous,
as we like to call it. Yeah.
What is it?
The Greystoke.
Greystoke.
I put a lot of lime in my cocktails. Does that count?
Yes, absolutely. Balances it out.
We believe in a balanced lifestyle.
Yes.
So what else? So celery,
dandelion leaves,
okay.
Or just dandelion tea is another great cleansing tonic.
Okay.
And I think garlic also helps to purge.
Garlic helps with everything, doesn't it?
It is. It's antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiviral.
Right.
And I was sick over the weekend, and I made chicken broth, and I just put in a whole head of fresh garlic and let it cook, and I just ate that, all day, and I was fine the next day.
It also keeps vampires away.
Yes, it's helpful for that. Very helpful for that. I did make a little toddy out of, and when I put garlic in my little toddies, I actually, even if I cook with it, I put in at the last minute, I crush one raw. Mm-hmm. So this toddy had turmeric,
Mm-hmm.
cayenne pepper, then the homemade chicken stock that I cooked for over 15 hours.
Right.
And then when it was all hot, I added the crushed garlic and the fresh ginger.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be. Now, don't you? I feel like there's so many things that I've been able to heal myself with naturally with spices and food and stuff. So, what's your experience, for example, with apple cider vinegar? Is that a good cleansing, or is that better?
Well, there's so many health benefits of apple cider vinegar. I mean, you can use it as a skin toner,
Right.
as a conditioner for your hair. I think internally, I know it helps to it just benefits your body in so many ways.
In so many ways, it's almost like
I mean, I can't even list them all. I think I
It's-
posted something on my website about it recently.
it's a miracle drug.
It is.
I mean, I shouldn't. It's not a drug. It's a miracle food that I have actually cured things that normally I would have had to get a prescription for,
Yes.
an antibiotic for.
I had was it sinus infection, and I just made a concoction of the apple cider vinegar and I think hydrogen peroxide, and used a neti pot, and I didn't have to go on antibiotics.
Yeah, we're so over prescribed the antibiotics. I can't tell you, and I just refuse. I mean, if I had to have them, if I had, certain things, if it's something going on in your brain or even ear infections, I get a little nervous about trying to treat homeopathically because I'm so
Right.
afraid it's going to go to your brain.
Mhm.
But I think there's so many things that you can cure with food naturally. Now, tell us about. So, how do you have a Facebook page?
I do. Francie Cook.
Francie Cook.
Mm-hmm.
And how would people search that? Francie Cook, would it be by the town?
Well, sure. It's Harleysville, Pennsylvania.
Harleysville, okay.
But it just has Francie Cook, and then it has my credentials, the CHHC, and which stands for Certified Holistic Health Coach, and then the AADP, which is American Association of Drug Abuse Practitioners.
And do you have a website as well?
I do.
And what's that?
www.franciecook.com.
So that's Francie, FRANCIE, Cook, COOK.com,
Yes.
right?
That's correct.
And so is that website, is that just your own website, or is it under the umbrella of another organization, or is it
No,
just
it's my
your-
own website.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So how do you get clients?
well, they can go onto my website, and I offer a free consultation.
Okay.
So they can submit a form online, and I review their health history, and then schedule a 50-minute free consultation to discuss their health and wellness goals.
And then moving forward, how do you do it? Do you do it over the phone? Do you meet with them again, or how does it work?
I can do either on the phone or in person, and we'll meet together either over a 3-month or 6-month program, twice a month for 50 minutes. And I also give support and recipes and handouts in between the sessions, and we just work to set realistic goals, and I'm there to support them to achieve those goals.
So do you talk to them, like you might meet twice a month, but then do you, in terms of the support, do you talk or email them,
Yes.
once a week or something to check in? or-
Yes.
Okay.
I'm available, always
Okay.
available for the support.
Okay, cool. So how would you, I'm trying to think of other ways. I mean, there's different ways that you can market yourself when you're in this kind of business. And it's difficult because you're on your own. So it's
Mhm.
like, how do you get the word out there? There's Facebook. There's, I would imagine, one thing I've always believed in is event marketing.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
Right.
Twitter.
Twitter. But event marketing, for example, Green Birdie, when we do our networking event, if you were to either piggyback on another event,
Mm-hmm.
Show up for free, or maybe even go in with someone else on a table, like a vendor table, and just do events like that to get your name out there.
Right.
And it may be, sometimes, I would go to these things and you expect to get a client, call you the next day, and it
Mhm.
doesn't always work like that.
Right.
But over time, they say, what does it take for advertising or people? They need to see the advertisement, I think, 7 times before they actually act, before they pick up the phone and call you.
Okay.
That's how many times they have to be reminded.
You have to be a nag.
You do.
Almost have to be a nag.
You do, because I think people mean to call, want to call, but it just that particular day, they're just kind of thinking about something else.
Yeah.
There's
They get
something
sidetracked,
else.
or I keep meaning to call them and follow up, but it just
Yeah, like
life
right now,
gets in the way.
my septic is back. up. I can't really think about calling Francie, but one of those times of looking at it, they will. And I wonder if you could also, we have to wrap it up. Okay, one more time. Your Facebook page, Francie Cook,
Yes.
Harleysville.
Harleysville, Pennsylvania.
Harleysville, Pennsylvania. And your website is
www.franciecook.com.
www.franciecook.com. Francie, thank you so much for coming.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It was really fun.
It was.
And Rob, thank you for being my co-host and
As
technician.
usual, no problem.
You were awfully quiet today.
Under strict orders.
Not real. No, you're allowed to talk when you're the co-host.
Oh, sorry.
When I have another co-host, you speak when you're spoken to.
Yes.
Okay, we'll set that straight next week. All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. We'll see you next week.
Go, dance, a baby showing off her chest. She don't know what she's doing, but she tries.